Hello, geeks and gamers, and welcome to another D&D session. I'm Anthony, I'm the DM. I run games of Dungeons and Dragons on the Games and Geekery Discord server, and today we are playing the Fall of Misra. We're on episode 23 now. And yeah, if you've found this video to be to your liking, please like and subscribe and share with all your friends, because the algorithm won't do that for us anymore. So yeah. Players, please tell us about your characters.
I am playing Bandit, the sad phantom rogue, circleless board druid, raccoon, who really doesn't know what to do with himself now. Turn done.
Because you got your face back.
Yeah, he's got his face back. Mm-hmm. And he's not dead.
Mm-hmm.
His soul has been returned. Anyway, you're not muted. You're not muted, Spartan. You go.
Dang, call me out like that. Okay. I'm playing Brom Nordenson, the half-elf warlock rogue, who I guess is just shell-shocked right now.
Indeed.
Pass turn.
Frank.
Alright. I am Frank Swiftwing, a Owlin with Dampier features, samurai fighter, dragon monk, and is at least thankful right now to finally have a heartbeat again.
And finally, Ubdowl of Lost Chance.
Ubdowl, the sassy, probably self-entitled winged tiefling with some levels in College of Creation Bard.
Some levels. All your levels in College of Creation
All
Bard.
my levels.
All your levels.
Yes.
Yes.
All his levels. I wonder who he's going to annoy today. He was doing that a lot in the the channel chat thing.
What happened last time we played?
Yellow.
Recall Raccoon. Go for it.
Recall Raccoon is here. So, as we decided to head southeast to Ophidia, because that's where we needed to get, we came across Naturia, this time with a new foe. Where we originally heard a childlike whine, where childlike crying, and for whatever reason we decided to. Well, I know the reason, because why not? We decided to take a peek and just see what it was. And what we saw was the developing god, or what was described to us, a massive undead fetus.
Yes.
Yeah, a massive undead fetus, which was an atropal.
Yes. Atropal.
Yes. The photo isn't deciding to work. You might have to try to copy paste it.
I got it. Hold on.
Yes.
A sec.
At the same time, we got heckled by a caliph who wanted to feed us to the child. In other words, kill us.
Yes.
We ran away.
There's the beautiful baby god.
Lovely. I'm not sure why we didn't want to get fed, you know? Yeah, we ran away. But that same old man, that same caliph, stopped us by dusting in front of us to get his attention. he explained and tried to pitch us to being fed to said god or developing god, and we said no.
Yeah,
And
for
thus,
some reason.
and we also started the fight, which is rare.
Which is rare. Yes, you so rarely start fights. Yes. It's
I
not
mean,
like you at all.
most of the times it is self-defense. To be fair, we easily, yeah, the Caliph. We managed to mid-fight the Caliph. Mid-fight with the Caliph, the baby joined, which we decided to just completely shut out by polymorphing it into a butterfly. And because we were only fighting one thing, we easily beat the Caliph.
Yeah.
And then to kill the baby, whilst it was still in butterfly form, we trapped it in like a jar or like an orb.
Mhm.
Frank flew it up to the ground, flew it way high in the sky, and then just straight up volleyed it. And then we just ganged up on the very sad child, the defenseless child who wasn't very defenseless.
Not very defenseless because they had an aura of death, basically.
Yes. And that was
tore through two of our members with basically levels of exhaustion.
yeah, it's exhaustion fiend. And then Tommy absorbed the baby spirit to use later in some way, shape, or form.
Mhm. He has stored the necrotic spirit of an infant god.
We leveled up from that. Long rested, leveled up. And then we continued heading to Ophidia, where we found there weren't any piles of the piles of corpses were gone. The piles of corpses that we originally saw before were gone. But there were harvesters who looked very spiky and very attacky. I didn't save a screenshot. I didn't save an image of them, but they didn't look fun to fight. And we summoned Lucy for the first time in ages, who led us to a back entrance of the town, of the genie's town of Ophidia.
Of Ophidia, yes.
Yes.
Ophidia.
And we went through. We found the genie having a bath in a pit of acid, which was originally made for Hydra, I think.
Was it acid?
And I know there was a Hydra pit. I assumed the genie had just taken over the Hydra pit.
Yes.
I might have been wrong.
He did. Yeah. That was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was taking a bath.
Yeah, he was taking a bath. So
That was when Lucy basically disturbed him and basically got fucking unmade.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of our fault Lucy got unmade because we sent Lucy down to
spy.
get his attention. Yeah. So after we sent Lucy down, it got absorbed. Attention got brought to us. We wished to go to Elysium after explaining. Oh yeah, we need the Sunstones. We need to see the fancy. We need to see the fancy god Palor.
The fancy god Palor. Yes.
The sun god Palor. God of fancy. God of fancy and light.
And that's when we found what exactly the quote unquote sun god really was.
Well,
We knew there was a genie for ages.
right. But
Yeah, but we didn't know it was
this
also
genie was
part of
calling
another
himself
thing.
the
That's
God
also another level of evil.
But anyway, you crafted the wish very carefully so that you would be sent to Elysium in a healthy state, right?
In our best state.
In your best
In our best state,
Uh-huh.
and we came back alive.
Yeah, he sent
We
you.
were we're breathing now.
He sent you to one of the heavens, alive.
Alive.
Yes. Oh.
Have you just tried?
Oh, heaven is for dead people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why am I getting
Oh,
the
well.
feeling that we're operating on a timer right now?
I'm sorry.
I don't know, I'm just thinking, why am I getting the feeling that we're operating on a timer now? You know, the longer we're in heaven, the more likely we are to get stuck there permanently.
Oh, there is that. Yeah, there is that. But you haven't found out why yet.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's pretty much where we left off with you arriving in Elysium. Yes.
Yes, that's where we pinned it.
So you're in this beautiful, yes, forest, right? I believe
Yes,
is where
we
you're-
arrived in a forest with a bunch of ponds nearby. With a bunch of magic, with a bunch of magic portal ponds.
Yes, to other realities and stuff. Yes,
Yes.
mostly other planes, the astral planes, etc. Yeah. So, yeah, you're in. For those of you who have any grasp on religious alternative planes of existence, which is going to be rare because none of you would have given a shit about religion, given that you could do whatever you wanted. You didn't need gods when you could create whatever you wanted. But yeah, you're in Amoria, the innermost lair of Elysium, otherwise known. Yeah, which is also yeah. There's these color pools around that are basically portals to other heavens, like the Twin Paradises, the Happy Hunting Grounds, the Concordant Opposition, etc. And there's a river running through. And there are trees. And bunnies and birds. And yeah. So you're in this big forest. Flap, flap. What are you flapping for?
Ubdao is not walking, he is flying, he has wings. He likes to use them.
Okay, how far up are you flying?
Barely above the tallest party member.
Okay. So you're just doing one-upmanship. You're just making sure your head is above theirs.
He is showing off.
All right then.
I mean, fair play.
All right. So
Yeah.
you're in a forest. There's a river. What do you want to do?
If memory serves, normal advice says to follow the river towards civilization. Do you think it's similar here?
I don't think there's any harm in trying, especially when we don't know what's going on.
Obdal is flying down to the river to take a drink.
I was suggesting we stop and have a drink.
Uh-huh.
Well, that also works as well. I'm not
You
sure.
sure?
Yeah. Also, yeah. What Frank said. Are you sure? That's a good idea.
Only one way to find out. Flap. Flap.
Well, if you're volunteering,
Okay. So what do you want to do?
yeah, I'm gonna wait and see what happens to Ubdao.
Ubdal glides over to the water, flies over it, and takes a scoop in his hand
Mm-hmm.
and zips it.
It certainly tastes like water.
Oh,
In-
I haven't had a drink in so long.
But in fact, the water is sweet and fragrant. Tastes, it's nice, but it doesn't seem to quench your thirst.
Hmm. Feels very nice, but I'm still thirsty. Takes another sip.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't quench your thirst.
Nope, this is not quenching my thirst. Dang it.
Not,
Hmm.
not quenching thirst.
Yes. Also, we don't have thirst. Remember?
Except you do.
No,
have-
yeah,
Now we do.
I'm saying in character. We don't have thirst though. Don't.
Now we do.
Well,
We're
okay,
in-
this is something else.
Oh, yes, we're alive.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
I
is
forgot
also,
that.
This is something else. You have souls now. Souls that have been absent since before the cataclysm. Souls that remember things differently. You,
Am I the only?
go on.
Am I the only one that's getting an element of deja vu mixed with clashing thoughts?
I thought that was just me. I don't think you are. No. Like. I suddenly feel like all the like that murder wasn't murder, right?
Which one are you talking about?
Ah! Which murder?
I would hate to call myself a murderer.
Well, as far as I distinctly remember what happened in the formerly flying city. But I also remember about their faces before everything went to absolute shit.
Hmm.
What is Ubdal remembering?
Well, first of all, she remembers to remove the blanket from her mouth.
Ubdal is a he. I am a she.
Fair. Okay. So, you have some very distinct memories of being in hell,
Oh no.
fighting demons.
Yeah, Ubdal's not gonna have nice memories at all. I know where my soul was. Not
it-
sure I want to repeat where it went.
Oh,
I have questions now. Like, how did it end up there?
it was
Yeah.
likely just held in place until it got sent to the correct area. All that stuff is odd.
For some reason,
Yeah.
So,
I don't know why, but my soul was in hell.
Oh,
You mean like one of the hells type of hell?
Yeah, fighting in the blood war.
the what war?
The blood war. Yeah. There's two groups of devils, of fiends. One's devils, one's demons. Don't like each other very much.
Except it's a little different. You were actually fighting in an arena for the entertainment of the fiends that were watching. It wasn't war. It was entertainment.
Okay. I was fighting in an arena.
Ooh.
There were other fiends watching.
Including in the main box, Braziel himself.
Including one of the big scary ones.
Was it
Braziel, I think?
Yes.
like the one on the coin?
He was sat on a great throne holding a large black sword.
Yeah. He was on a very big throne. He had a very big black sword with him.
Oh,
Symbol of his
and
office.
to think,
It's the symbol of his office.
Yeah.
With that sword, he could consume the energy that. Bandit, what you doing?
all right.
Yeah. Normally, when if a fiend was to die anywhere but hell, they would just come back to hell. And even if they die in hell, they're dead, but the energy that makes them what they are just returns to. Yeah, return. Yeah. You come back in another form eventually with no memory of what you'd been before. But anybody slain by that sword, by the black blade of Braziel, is never coming back.
I'm confused as to why my soul was in hell, though.
Could it be your ancestry?
Maybe. I don't recall making any details, and I'm not a hard criminal. I'm a petty thief. What about you guys? What do you remember?
Well, if memory serves right, I don't think I was initially an owlin at one point, but I think past the age of like 15 or something, I chose this form. Don't know why, now being alive like this again, I'm remembering it a little clearer.
No memories of where you were while you were dead.
Yeah, yeah, I do, and yeah, I do. All the other details, after we died, that they were in place, it seems, but for some reason, it's weirdly hazy.
That's fine.
I think we were monsters.
No doubt.
Right.
I'm kind of curious. Where was Brahm's soul? Was it stuck with the Raven Queen? Or...
Yeah, you would have been in the Shadowfell.
Well, where did Frank end up?
I imagine that your soul, until right now, was either haunting your home or even I think reason why it's hazy is because because you don't actually have any memories of what it like of your time while you were dead, because your soul had been absorbed by some other necrotic creature. You'd been eaten. You might
Yeah.
you might even
Go
you might even have some vague memory of the last face you saw before you died.
For some reason, when I think about where I ended up, all I remember is this weird face and nothing. Like, not even. Not even. I assume bright. Any kind of light or anything. Just. Total black.
What do you mean about weird face?
Can I roll insight to see if I recognize it at all?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you recognize her. Get any guesses? Whose face you might have seen?
Oh, that bitch got to me.
Luna.
I was inside my own wife.
Hey, no phrasing.
Oh, how else would you describe it?
From what I remember... Oh, there you go.
There are
You
a lot of ways you could have said that.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, what's Bandit trying to say?
From what I remember, and I think I have a clear memory of this. I think my soul might have been tagging along just on the background. For whatever reason, I don't think I could hear it. It's still fuzzy. But I think... Huh. Actually, no, I can't... Why can't I remember that? Huh. That's disconcerting. Anyway, ignore me! Ignore me. I'm spouting nonsense.
Alright. So yeah. Do you want to try and find civilization? Do you want to try and find a sense of direction? Do you want to... What do you want to do?
Yeah. Frank's going to start following the river. You know, hope the logic of, you know, how you find civilization in the wild is a similar logic.
Upstream or downstream?
I think if my memory serves, if the river flows towards the river has to flow towards civilization, so it would be downstream.
Okay. I was going to have you make a survival check, but okay.
Go right ahead. All right then. Yeah. It's like, let's see. Come on, Frank. We're going into that damn training. Let's see here. Survival. 13.
Yeah. Yeah, downstream seems like a safe bet.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, if memory serves right, it's downstream tends to be civilization when it comes to finding civilization.
And I'll go with what you say. That's let's start heading off.
Okay. So you're walking along the bank of the river, seeing deer and rabbits and other creatures of the woods frolicking around, only looking a little bit nervous at your presence. One of the rabbit creatures comes up to you and starts sniffing the hem of Rom's clothing.
Do you think they're just spooked of us because we're here, or?
I think it's because they know we're alive.
When you say alive, the bunny that was sniffing at you suddenly stands up, its eyes wide, and it runs off.
I think it's understood us.
Oh, that's fun. Are we not meant to be alive?
I don't know, but if you remember, Ubdal, when she drank from the river, didn't gain anything.
Yeah.
I think we might starve up here if we don't eventually return to the mortal world.
Maybe.
As you continue heading downstream, you come around a bend in the river and you see a heavily populated city of bright stone and golden decorations. You see people walking and flying around the city. They are beautiful, pale people, many of whom have wings.
It feels weird being around others that can fly as well as me.
Hasn't that been the case? Or it's been the case recently?
I mean, Updal can fly as well.
Yeah, but it seems like not everyone seems to favor the ability of flight. For some reason.
Oh, it's so useful. It's just not many people are built with the biology of it.
As you approach the city, 3 of the city's citizens... What's that roll for, Bandit?
That's a stealth. Yeah, I'll just...
You're hiding behind a tree?
Yes.
Okay. 3 of the city's people fly towards you, smiling, saying, "You shouldn't be here. How did you get here?"
It's a long story.
Well, we have all the time in creation. Though I suppose you don't.
What do you mean by that?
You appear to be mortal. You shouldn't be here. This is not a place for the living.
So, are we talking this place would slowly kill us over time, or are we talking we would starve?
More like you would starve. Nothing here is mortal. Nothing will be able to sustain you. Because to provide sustenance, something needs to die. And nothing here can die.
Right.
Except you.
All right, then I guess we're gonna have to hustle. Do you have any idea where we could locate Paylor?
Yes. Of course. What sort of question is that?
Well, we came here to basically try and help fix our world.
Fix your world. And how would speaking to the sun help you fix your world?
Return the light to the dark.
Are you confused as I am? Yeah, I'm confused here.
I'm trying to explain it as best I can do here.
Should we make a roll to see if we can explain it better?
Okay. Who's
As I say, this kind of works out well because Frank isn't very well charismatic, so would make sense his explanation is rather shit.
Who wants to make a persuasion roll to see if they can...
I have a plus 11. Maybe I could do it.
You get help action.
Yeah, I can try and help too.
Yeah, that 6 makes sense for what Frank said. Just Frank has no clue how to explain it.
Okay. So Ubdal begins telling the whole story, basically, that you guys were doing all kinds of magical bullshittery, and then suddenly the mountain exploded and everything went black and everyone was dead. And the sky is still covered with these ash clouds that occasionally rain acid. And everything is still dead. And you think one of the people in the party before Ubdal joined and has since left believed that they could that the way to make everything right again would be to banish the darkness and bring back the light, and that this god Paylor is the one who can do that. Did I miss anything?
There was some stuff in a book, right?
There was some stuff in a book.
Yes, that was the holy book.
And apparently all this is being caused because
Mrs.
of basically an imbalance of basically necrotic energy flooding the land. So we need to basically find a way to basically purge it.
And where did the necrotic energy come from?
From the negative plane.
And why was
of course
negative...
the party had no clue at the time. Before the disaster.
Yeah, before the disaster you didn't know, but now you know where all that negative energy had been stored, right?
It came from the Lycosite. There's a material that was given to us by what was called the Keepers, or the Masters, I think. No, the Masters. That's it. Who created Lycosite out of what I believe was negative energy in a stupid attempt to purge the negative realm.
That was stupid. So you basically brought the negative plane into the material plane.
We didn't know it was energy from the negative plane until everything happened.
It wasn't us who did it.
Did any of you study magic or were you just quite happy to use it without thinking about how it's created
For
and what it can do?
for a bit before a experience of being able to work with my own hands again, basically made me think to basically start slowing down my like site use, and basically I only ever rarely used it because the environment kept shifting to the point that where
But you didn't know at that time what
essentially
it.
walking was rendered basically pointless.
You didn't know at that time what it was, though, right?
No,
Absolutely
we
not.
didn't. None of
We-
us did.
We only figured out after everything had happened once we met the last surviving of the dragons.
Do you know
And
what happens when matter and anti-matter meet?
Bad things.
They eradicate one another.
So if we brought back the energy, we would essentially wipe our world from existence.
That's essentially what it sounds like is happening. That your plane of existence is cancelling itself out. And you think that the sun can stop this?
That's why we're hoping, like, a source of pure radiant energy can help. I don't know. Help us basically start to reverse it? You know,
or at least stop the flow of it.
yeah.
Slow it down so we can find a better fix.
Maybe. I suppose. But how were you going to approach Paylor?
How do you say is the best way to do so?
Well, for us, it's simply a matter of flying up to it. But I'm afraid for you that would be a rather fatal option.
What do you mean by that?
What do you know about the sun?
Oh, yes, never mind.
A ball of fire.
A very simplistic perception, but essentially, essentially boils down to the same effect. If you get too close to a extremely large fire, what happens to your mortal form?
Yeah, I get your point.
Maybe one of you guys are willing to help a group of some poor travelers out?
He wishes to act as a go-between.
I
Pretty
Can't.
please with strawberries on top.
Why would we require strawberries?
It's a figure of speech.
Very well. Well, it seems that you are in need of great assistance, and we do like to do what is good and right. We do We are, however, a little bit concerned about that. And the creature points to the mace that Tommy is carrying.
Yeah, explain. Yeah, with the counting at some point, and basically Tommy's been keeping a hold of it to avoid it falling into the wrong hands.
It's quite amazing that it's here at all.
Would you rather it be in a bag of holding?
I'm not sure that that would really solve the problem.
I haven't been travelling with these guys long. What is it about that mace that unnerves you, sir?
That mace is crafted from the skull and spine of a great hero. A hero who has lost his name since the one that crafted that mace destroyed him.
Oh.
The one that crafted that mace considers himself the god of the dead.
Should I roll a check for that?
Except instead of it being like Kelemvor, somebody who simply ushers the spirits of the dead to their final reward, this being seeks to destroy all life and leave only death in its wake.
Ooh. Should I mutter his name out loud?
If you want to, you'd certainly know what it is.
Out of character. Is it Orcus?
It
I
is
rolled a
indeed
20.
Orcus. Yes.
Oh, you're talking about the demon lord Orcus.
Don't say his name here.
Shrinks back, ducking behind Spartan. Sorry.
So, what do? You said that just putting in a bag of holding won't work.
I suggest, ideally, you should probably banish it back to the abyss from whence it came. But if none of you have that ability, perhaps throwing it through the nearest pool and hoping for the best?
But what if someone with actual evil intent gets it?
That'll be a different world.
Why, I have an idea, says one of the three. Rather than sending it to a random higher plane, why not throw it into the astral? After all, that's where it had been for long centuries before he returned.
What do you say about that, Tommy? You are the holder.
Tommy seems to be glitching and isn't responding.
Well, we're going to have a tough time getting it off the glitching robot of the glitching hunk of a robot there.
If memory serves right, doesn't a bag act only as a doorway to wherever it goes?
Are you talking about a bag of holding essentially being a pocket dimension in itself?
Yeah, kind of, but obviously with Frank's very limited understanding of magic.
Fair enough. Still hiding behind Spartan. Okay.
So if we put it inside something like that, would tearing the bag solve it?
What?
Therefore, putting it in?
All that would do would be destroy the bag of holding.
And also, that is a, if I'm not mistaken, that is something that Tommy. I suppose that is one. I suppose that is a singular bag of holding, but it's not something that's constantly out. If I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So I
don't
assume
know.
I assume it would just regenerate.
Yeah. I think what out of character, I think what Frank is trying to suggest would be to put the bag of holding inside another bag, creating
Nuke it.
creating a tear in reality that would pull everything within 10 feet into the astral plane, as well as all the other contents of the bag, including.
Yeah, I'll be smart enough to know of that, but
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I would assume the bag of holding being an uncommon item means that the common hazard of, if you tear the bag, you end up losing the content.
Actually,
Is it relatively common knowledge?
Okay, let me double check that.
Isn't it only lost in
Hold on.
whatever plane?
Let me check, please, because I might be misremembering. If the bag is overloaded, pierced, or torn, it ruptures and is destroyed, and its contents are scattered in the astral plane. Okay.
That worked for Artificer bag.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell, an infusion acts like the same object.
Yes. So, your plan is to put the Wand of Orcus into a bag of holding and then destroy the bag of holding, thus sending the wand and anything else into the bag to the astral plane. Yes.
Obviously, before that point, emptying out the stuff that you don't want to lose out first. Then,
Yeah.
because after all, if it's an infusion, and this is me talking out of character here. If you do it like that, that means that you could just turn around and make a new bag of holding with getting a hold of another bag and, putting in an infusion.
Mm-hmm.
This feels like something Tommy needs to be here for.
It does, doesn't it? But
Yeah.
since he's not, I do have a plan.
Go.
Tommy does seem to still be sort of twitching as if he's fighting against something. His grip on the wand tightening as you are talking.
I presume Frank picks it up because of his 22
I'm sorry?
perception.
Does what?
I presume Frank sees this as his passive perception is 22.
Everybody sees it. I mean,
Well,
the bandits hiding again. Okay. Brum, what you missed is them talking about how they're going to get rid of the Wand of Orcus, and Tommy responding by just twitching.
Can I try to blast the wand out of his hand?
As you raise your hand to do it, Tommy appears to move reflexively in defense. Would you all make a initiative roll?
There's a
Wielding his, raising his fist. It's like, oh, what the hell?
Ravenbub's gonna hate this.
Should have been here.
Okay.
I am really
What do
hoping
you-
we don't have the
Bandit,
kill.
Bandit, what are you doing there?
because I didn't add the I did an equal 5.
Ah, okay. So it looks like 23 is the highest initiative roll. That's Bandit. Followed by
And-
Frank.
Uh.
And then Spartan.
Yes.
Brom, rather.
Yes.
And then Obdal.
Wait, isn't Bandit just basically put 18 plus 5?
Yeah, because I did 18 equal 5 before.
Have a look further up. You'll see that they rolled a d20 and got an 18. And it didn't add the 5 correctly, so they did it afterwards to fix it. Okay.
Stand corrected.
No worries.
Okay. And Tommy last. Let's actually also roll for the... just in case we need them. For the Davis. Okay. Bandit, you see Brum preparing to throw Eldritch Blast at Tommy. What do you do? Bandit?
I try and shoot the wand out of Tommy's hand with my crossbow.
Roll the hit. Given that you are trying to...
Hidden. Oh, God.
Okay.
Carry on.
Yes, you're hidden, which would give you advantage. But because you're trying to shoot a much smaller target, I'm going to say -5 to hit.
Sure. D20 plus 3 add 19.
No.
Yeah, I can't. I don't think I can make. I assume it's against Tommy's AC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that fails on. Actually, if it's against Tommy's AC, that's a bit OP.
For the moment.
It is Tommy's. I'll stop yapping.
The Deva. Yeah, the Deva get into a protective position, holding their actions. Frank, what do you do?
Would it be possible for me to go in and basically try and rip
You want to grapple?
the mace? Yeah.
You want to do a contested grapple? Go for it.
Yep. And because of my belt, I got plus 8 to that.
Next to your belt.
Yep.
To athletic, yes. You got a nat 1. Versus...
Yeah. And Frank basically has no fucking clue what he's doing when it comes to, tussling with a tougher opponent.
So you make a grab for the wand, knowing that Tommy isn't particularly strong, and finding to your surprise that he's suddenly a lot stronger. Than you expected.
Okay, this is not going to be as simple as I thought.
Brom, go ahead and throw your Eldritch Blasts. Again, if you're specifically trying to knock the wand out of its hand, it would be a -5.
Dang it!
Exclamation.
No, and no.
Mm-hmm.
But at least I don't go flying.
Up, down.
Yeah.
Trying to think what I could do to help in this situation.
Maybe lock up his movement.
You talking about a cage? I can do that.
I mean, a whole person, or somebody that does the paralyzed condition.
Oh, could you get
Yeah.
calm emotions up for me, please?
Has Tommy ever expressed an emotion?
Hints at most, but it's more machine emotion than anything else.
Would Tommy count as a humanoid?
Normally, yes.
Okay. Then I want to give it a go.
Okay. So this is a 20-foot sphere centered on Tommy, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Could you all make charisma saving throws, please?
Sorry,
Alright.
I can certainly try.
It's at least not a harmful effect.
True.
I just know for Frank it's going to feel a little weird having his emotions forced.
Do I
Yeah.
make a save against my own spell, DC?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're in it too.
It's weird I'm rolling against myself.
DC is 15. Bandit passed. Frank did not.
13.
Obdal did not. So, what about Brom?
What save is it?
Charisma.
And it's a save?
Yes, charisma saving throw.
Oh, come on.
Okay, so Frank, Obdal, and Brom have all become indifferent about fighting, basically.
Wait, counterspell. Shit.
You'd counterspell the calm emotions that Obdal is casting?
I am trying to calm down our crazy mechanical.
Unfortunately.
Honestly, Brahm has wanted this to happen for a little while, so he just might. So yeah, Brahm will counterspell it.
Okay.
And that is a 4th level spell slot.
Alright then. To get rid of a 2nd level spell. Alright then.
Oh, right. He's operating under,
I'm
warlock
a
logic.
warlock. I'm stuck at 4th level spell
Yeah,
slots.
this is true. Okay. So, Tommy raises the wand, points it at each of you in succession. 4d20 plus 15.
Oh, what?
Oh, fuck.
17 stealth roll before, because I didn't announce it, but I BA'd stealth at the end of my turn. I got a 17.
Passive perception of 22.
Ah, I forget he's a good.
Oh, it's not really Tommy you're fighting at this point.
Oh,
And nothing.
No, I didn't think so.
And none of those hits I can even try and attempt to dodge.
So, yeah, I'm pretty sure all of you get hit.
Yeah.
Let me decide who the crits are on.
And we roll a d4 for it?
I tell you what. Yeah, go for it. Each roll a d4. The two lowest get the crits.
that's a fair way of doing it.
We're going up.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Oh no, oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no, Frank. Oh no.
So,
Really certain Frank's going to be getting some broken ribs.
Ow.
Frank and Bandit each take 41 points of damage.
Youches!
And Spartan, Brom and Ubdal each take 32.
Okay.
Ow. You hurt me, DM. You hurt me.
Okay.
I will claim this place, this plane, for Orcus.
Oh, shut up, you empty piece of equipment.
Bandit.
Yes.
What you see through basically pain breathing through, cracked ribs.
So, before we get back, before we do Bandit's turn, the Davers that were holding their action, 3 of them, they are going to they are going to give Frank and Bandit and who's got the lowest hit points out of Updown and Braun? They're both the same.
Yeah.
Probably Brom. 20 hit points back.
Oh, sweet.
That's lovely.
Now it's Bandit's turn.
Bandit shall summon beast. Alright. Spell. Summon beat. No, there we go.
Number 1.
Summon beat. Oh, I love.
Do you have?
I love. Pardon?
Do you have Do you actually own a copy of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything?
No, I haven't bought anything from them.
Fair. I have the book right here. I will tell you what it does.
I've got it on search because I imagine this has happened before.
Come on, I've bought it. I bought this.
It's so stupid. So summon beast. One action, range 90 feet. Concentration for up to an hour. You call forth a bestial spirit. It manifests in an unoccupied space you can see within range. The corporeal form uses the bestial spirit's stat block. When you cast a spell, choose air, land, or water. The creature resembles an animal of your choices, native to the chosen environment. Its creature disappears when it drops to 0 while the spell ends. The creature is an ally to you and your companions. In combat, the creature shares your initiative but takes its turn immediately after your own. It obeys your verbal commands, no action required. If you don't issue a command, it takes the dodge action to avoid danger. What level are you casting it at?
I will cast it at level 2 because that's the highest I can.
Okay, base level. So it's got an AC of 13. Are you choosing air, land, or water?
I will choose air, and instead of it being the normal vulture, the normal skulled vulture, it'll be like what's the bird we've seen around here?
Probably doves.
It'll be a dove.
Okay.
But like a bit bigger in size than the average dove.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm probably thinking. Yeah, I was thinking like one really jacked dove.
Essentially, yeah.
You make it a swan if you want.
It could. Yeah, I'll make it a swan. Yeah.
Okay.
Or you make it one of the. Make it one of those.
I don't want to be that cruel.
So anyway, it's got 20 hit points, a 60-foot fly speed, a 30-foot walking speed, strength 18, dex 11, con 16, intelligence 4, wisdom 14, charisma 5. It has a flyby attack, meaning it doesn't provoke opportunity attacks when it flies out of an enemy's reach, and a multi-attack. Well, no. Number of attacks equal to half the spell's level, so 1.
Yes.
Its attack
is mold.
Your spell attack modifier to hit, and it does 1d8 plus 6 piercing damage.
Yes.
So,
and after that I will be a hide.
And then have the bestial spirit attack for you.
Yes.
Go on then.
Oh, that's lovely. 1d8 plus spell mod, which is plus 9.
Let's see.
I think that's what I've got down on my thing.
A wisdom caster. Yeah.
Yeah, plus 9. 15.
Doesn't hit. Okay.
And I'll have it fly the full range it can after.
Yeah. So it flies at him and then flies off, and doesn't take any opportunity attacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't get hit. Yeah. So.
I'm done.
Yeah. Frank. Actually, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Let's have the Davers take a turn. Let's have them all.
All right.
Also fly at Orcus. Plus 8. Oof. So 2 of them.
Oh, ouch.
2, 6. So they managed to do 46 points of damage to Orcus Tommy. Um, and the one that got a nat 1 as it was flying is going to fall prone at Orcus's feet. He of course will make an opportunity attack against the prone David. Yep, that hits. Just belting him with the mace, with the wand.
Ooh.
33 points of damage against the Deva.
Youch.
Okay. Frank.
Yep. Okay, there's one thing I will need to do, and I don't want to do it, but right now, that one is basically the biggest threat on the field. Frank's going in for the attack, and if he does manage to hit, I'm going to be going stunning strike.
Go for it.
So let's see here.
You're going to be using your fists or your tifas.
And don't forget, as an Ascendant Dragon Monk, you have a breath weapon.
Yes. This is something.
Yeah. And you know what else I can do now? Because of that last level up, I can
Go on.
because I absorbed the magic for that sword, I can now deal radiant damage against a demonic creature.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that does a lot more punch than anything else.
Give
Okay,
it for it.
let's see here. So 30 20 plus. Because I have no clue how much key I'm going to have to pump into this to get this to work. Okay, yeah, plus 7.
Nice.
Ooh, crit.
Noise.
And I crit.
Only the crit hits, though.
And I'm pumping a key point into the crit.
To try and make it...
Make him
stun. Try and stun him.
Yep.
Okay. And what's the
Okay,
DC?
so yeah. My DC is 16.
So not 29.
Let's see here. So 2d8 plus 3. And of course, the element I'm choosing is radiant.
8 points of damage.
Does the radiant do anything special to it, or does he?
Nope.
Or does it? Okay. I can only do.
There's a reason why Ravenburb hates this enemy.
Yeah. We need to find a way to wear him down, or at least stop him from moving.
Or send him back Send him back where he came from.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we can figure out.
Whose turn?
Ubdal has an idea.
Yeah, whose turn?
After Frank, it's Brom.
Can I use psionic whispers to link to Tommy?
Mm. Go for it. So you find that basically trapped in the back of his mind, Tommy is there desperately pushing against the influence of the wand. What do you say to him?
Let it go.
let go of the wand?
Yes.
You'd probably get something back along the lines of, "Don't you think I'm trying?"
Well, it's a good thing that's a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's a bonus action.
Psychic whispers.
As an action. Dang. Nope.
Yes.
Well.
It was a valiant attempt. We'll give you that.
It was an attempt enough.
All right.
You at least got a bit more information than any of the rest of us did.
And Abdal.
Dale, for some reason, feels unusually peeved off. Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
Um,
Radiant or
Dale.
necrotic.
He's leaning more towards good, so it would technically be good, but he is cursing in Infernal.
So, Radiant or Necrotic?
Let's go Radiant.
Okay. Slightly embarrassingly, tiny little angels begin flitting around you. I say embarrassing because you're in the presence of actual angels.
And he is Devilkin, so this might actually be a bit embarrassing for him. You see Ubdal mutter something in his native tongue and shoot over Tommy. Spirit Guardians, I think, has a 15-foot range, right?
15-foot radius.
It does.
Yes. So as long as you're within 15 feet of Tommy, he will have to make a wisdom save.
Then I will make sure I am 10 foot above him.
Okay. Where's
Attacking technically cancel out Spirit Guardians.
I'm sorry, what?
Doesn't attacking cancel out Spirit Guardians?
You're thinking of Sentry.
They're not attacking. They're just hovering
Fair.
10 foot above.
Fair.
Essentially, Spirit Guardians is an AoE spell where the opponent has to make a save or take damage.
Yeah.
Well, they take damage regardless, but if they fail the save, they take full damage.
I'm pretty
And he
sure
did
your
not fail.
Pretty sure your DC is lower than 31.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So.
Yes.
Okay, so saving throwing him out seems like it's more and more off the table.
Depends. if it's a magical effect, he has advantage. There are certain saving throws he's not proficient with, if you can find the right ones, and it's not magical.
It too late to say that I upcast Spirit Guardians at 5th level.
Go for it. How much
Okay,
damage
it's
would
now-
that be?
That would be 5d8.
But halved.
Yes. Should I roll it now?
Yeah, go for it. Roll it.
5d8. I add no modifier to this. Half of 16.
Is 8.
Yee.
So, if memory serves right, he has a solid strength, solid con.
Are you trying to metagame?
No. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think to myself, like,
Yeah, you're trying to remember what Orcus's stat block is, aren't you?
not really. I'm more referencing what I seen.
Okay.
I don't have the book in front of me.
Okay.
What
Anyway,
on earth would I cheat when the whole point of this is to figure out strategy?
okay. Just checking.
Anyway.
Sorry. Anyway. At the end of Ubdal's turn, Orcus strikes the ground beneath him, causing necrotic energy to swirl out from him in 10-foot radius. Sorry. But also 60 foot tall. So anyone
Yes.
who's within 10 feet, so that would definitely include anyone in melee. You all have vulnerability to necrotic damage.
Alrighty.
And then
What do we need to roll?
I'm
Getting
sorry.
that feeling of death again after being alive again is not a pleasant experience. Blah.
What do we need to roll?
Nothing. You're just vulnerable to necrotic damage.
Okay, I mutter F you and Abyss in Infernal.
Um,
Am I the only one that thinks that Infernal is nothing but swearing?
pretty much. Certainly cursing. Get it?
There are a lot of curse words.
But a curse. No, never mind.
Yeah.
Could you all make con saves, please?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Certainly try.
Of that, I have at least a +6, so
The
19.
Davis will get a +4.
Ouch.
Ah,
That's a lovely.
I want hugs.
You have them.
You can get hugs after we don't die to Orcus.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say the puppeteered Tommy.
Yeah, still Orcus.
Mhm. So, which of you are within 10 feet? I know Brum isn't.
Well, no, I am.
I'm not.
Yeah. So, conveniently, it seems like... Yeah, Obdal and
Was-
Frank.
There's
Oh.
the unconscious, or not? There's not. There's the prone flying creature as well.
I'm sorry.
There's the prone.
Yes, the Davers. I did the Davers. See?
I love that.
DC's 23, so actually you all failed. But so normally that would be 8d6. Those who are vulnerable. Yeah, basically we're going to double this.
Oh God. So
56 points of damage to Obdal and Frank. And the Deva that failed. Well, the Devil that's in melee. So 56.
Oh.
28 points of damage to Bandit and Brom.
Yeah, that he just tore through my health.
Yeah, he does that. All right.
If we don't finish this or run, I think we're gonna die here.
Do you want one? Gone? Let's see how bad this could get. Bandit.
Bandit is going to run into town and ask for help.
So you're running away.
Oh, I'll be back. As he just starts running into town. That's 90 feet of movement.
Okay. Which means you would still be within 120 feet, right?
So yeah, I was about like 20 feet away.
Legendary action, Necrotic Bolt. Does a 32 hit?
Take a guess.
I think it might. 5d8 plus.
That is what you call the definition of fuck you in particular.
Oh, I'm down.
Okay, literally.
So, yeah, the Devas. One of them is going to fly towards.
Ooh. Could I make it so my bird takes the hit instead?
How?
It flies in front of the bolt.
It doesn't have that. Wait, does it have that ability?
I didn't. The bird didn't have any actions, and I figured.
Nice.
It automatically just. Never mind. The bird automatically dodges.
Yeah.
If you don't give it any actions, never mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Deva, one of the Deva is going to, like, basically goes no, and goes to fly towards Bandit to help them, taking a hit from Orcus as they fly away. That would be 3d8 plus 11 plus. Yeah, he's not going to. It's fine.
Yeah, I know outside of game you wouldn't just turn around and kill us, but
No.
that doesn't stop the feeling of basically oh shit in the situation.
Yeah. What's the story without stakes? Ouch, that's a big chunk of damage to him.
Let's do it to this one.
All I know is that attack's going to probably leave one gnarly scar on Bandit's back.
That wasn't Bandit, that was the Deva, who flies 90 feet towards Bandit and restores 20 hit points.
That'll do.
The other two Devas are going to continue to occupy Orcus as best they can.
Would there be flank roll?
With his passive perception, no. Oh, fucking hell, one of them falls prone again. But the other
God damn. Put simply, we're being slaughtered here.
Yeah. Frank, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
Yeah, Frank's going to attack. Of course, that's only real tool that Frank really has in his toolkit. In his toolkit.
Uh, 25 hits.
And I'm adding a key point to try and stun him. As Frank is trying desperately to give the party some kind of fighting chance.
Constitution saving throw, yes.
Yep.
26.
Even a medium roll, I can't do anything.
How much damage you do with your one hit?
Eight plus 3. No, it's plus 6. It's a D6. Come on, Chris. Have your shit together.
There's no need to beat yourself up.
I know.
4. Okay.
Yeah, that is magical damage because of, empowered attack.
Yep, I know. Okay. Rum. 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 Rum, rum, rum.
Brum.
Spartan!
Seems like he's AFK.
Yeah, I think he's distracted by somebody talking to him.
Sounds like a family member distraction.
All in favour for feeding Brom to the possessed Tommy? I'm sorry, I just want to be funny.
It was funny.
Poke. Is everyone else going to poke him too?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I think two rapid fire pokes is probably enough. Yeah. The poke game's all fun and games until the person decides to bite your hand. Or
say it's held action for when they get, and then when they get back, play it.
Okay. Obdal, what are you doing?
The Spirit Guardian's out, cheese, but I can do other stuffs as well because Spirit
Did
Guardians.
you roll that? Is Spirit Guardians a concentration spell?
Yes, it is.
You're gonna have to roll for that. And you took how much damage?
32.
Was it 32?
32, wasn't it?
No.
You were vulnerable.
You took 56. And the DC to save, would to maintain concentration would be a DC 28. So make a Constitution saving throw, and try to get a 28 or higher. Can you do it?
I thought I took 32 damage.
No, you took 56.
When did I take 56?
Okay, so do you remember when Orcus did the Creeping Death to make you vulnerable to necrotic damage, and then followed that up with a Circle of Death spell?
Oh, right. Okay.
I basically hit those that were affected with, vulnerability like a truck.
Yeah, so you took 56. Okay. So I ask again, do you have the ability to get a 28 from a con save? I don't think you can.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so you lose concentration on your Spirit Guardians. Sorry. What would you like to do?
Hold on, I'm just mathing my health at the moment.
If
32,
you hadn't taken... Sorry?
32 plus 56 is...
Where does this 32 come from?
Didn't I take 32 damage earlier?
Okay.
Did
oh yeah, yes.
we...
Yes, yeah, you did take some damage earlier.
50, 60, 70, 80...
Yes, it was 32. Yeah, okay. So, the 32, because your max hit points was 87, yes?
Yes.
So that would have brought you down to 55.
Yes.
So if you took another 56 points of damage, that would make you unconscious, wouldn't it?
I think so, not by much, but yeah.
Okay. I wish I'd known
And that would mean that you fell to the ground.
I wish I'd known that,
No, so-
because one of the other Davas would have healed you, but I didn't. So...
It's okay.
You're unconscious. So can you make a death save, please?
Okay. $14.
Okay, that's good. That's a plot. That's a positive, at least. Okay. Do we have our Spartan back yet?
I think they're on the phone. I think they're calling someone.
Must be. So, Orcus is going to cast Power Word Kill on one of the Davas.
Okay, wow, he is really out of our... We're really out of our depth.
Mm.
But then...
Or...
a beam of light comes down from the sun, like literally, like breaking through the tree canopy and bathing Tommy / Orcus in radiant energy. A figure. Yes. Something that appears to be a humanoid, but with a falcon's head. Stands there and pushes Orcus out of Tommy, like, you know that Doctor Strange scene?
Right, so basically he just knocked the soul out of Tommy's body.
Mm-hmm. And
Or, the demon out of...
yes. And then you see the Orcus screams as something pulls him down. Tommy collapses and the wand rolls away from his hand.
Is everyone alright?
Barely breathing.
The
Still alive.
the remaining, the Deva that is still standing right there, restores 20 hit points to Obdal, and this new entity, this large fellow with a falcon's face, says, "Greetings, mortals. I am Sakar."
Thank you, Sakar. I'm not sure if we would have made that.
I imagined you wouldn't have, which is why I felt I needed to interfere. It is not normally proper for gods to interfere in the matter of mortals, but this creature should not have been here in the first place. And neither should any of you. I can send you home.
We do still aim for the Sunstones, and it was a miscalculated wish.
Sunstones. A miscalculated wish. How did you hear of sunstones?
Do one of you want to take the floor?
We found it in a book in a temple in what used to be a flying city. A cleric by the name of Ever Firemoth was able to decipher the message. We're seeking them out to try and help repair the damage.
The Devas say something to this entity in Celestial. Oh. Well, we can't be having that, can we? The negative plane is not supposed to encroach on the mortal plane. But it does seem that this
bandit is like 3 foot tall.
Yeah. It does seem to me that this is this outcome was brought about by your own actions. Was it not?
Yes, it was, but
We did not know it would happen.
Well, of course. Anyone messing with powers they don't understand, by definition, does not know what will happen.
but it wasn't. We would. I only had use for it for 2 days, but
Yes.
the majority of people were sold it as a pure wish, and from what we saw, it worked. It did everything we wanted, or it did everything they wanted. It was sold as this great thing. We were manipulated into everyone, like they were manipulated into using it.
I did try to reduce down my usage, but
So
unfortunately, the environment became so saturated with it that it made living without it basically impossible.
let me understand. You were living in a society run by dragons, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
That is the case, yes.
And the dragons influenced you to make use of this powerful.
Yes, yes, if I'm not mistaken, we called
Yeah.
them lycomancies or something like that.
Like
Lycomancers, or I never paid much attention to them.
We
So-
call it lycocyte. We didn't know it came from the negative energy plane.
But none of you questioned it. You followed your dragons blindly.
Would you argue with a dragon, a creature who can squish you with a tap of their claw?
To be fair, I'm probably not the one to ask, since I am, after all, a god.
Well, imagine you're a bug. Would you try picking a fight with someone 100 times bigger and stronger than you?
You are having an argument with a god, and yet you couldn't stand
Yeah.
up to a dragon.
Yes, I am. You are probably just as terrifying as a dragon. Those wings are very intimidating, he says, looking at the Davers.
I was going to say Seka doesn't have wings.
No, but he's looking at the
He
Davers.
travelled
Those
on a
wings-
beam of light.
Yeah. You came down on a beam. I'm surprised I'm still alive. I look like a devil. I'm surprised you haven't blasted me down yet. To be
Looking
honest,
like a devil and actually being a devil are two different things. I can see your soul, Abdal.
yeah.
Yeah, you're not at all surprised he knows your name.
He at this point, no, he's not surprised. About 10 minutes ago, he would have, but not anymore. You know that
Yeah,
surprised me now.
yeah. All that mention of seeing someone's soul. Frank is now nervous because we've kind of done shit since the world got blasted to shit.
All of you have done terrible things under the influence of the negative plane. That wasn't you. And I doubt any of you, now that you have your souls back, would conduct such horrors. Even though you have all made silly mistakes prior to the cataclysm.
I certainly ain't.
I mean, I was just a raccoon before the cataclysm. Then I got turned into this, and then I got trapped, and then this, and then that happened. So I feel like I have a very light say in this.
Quite telling the truth, are you? Your master turned you into what you are now just prior to the cataclysm, did he not?
No, that was. Yeah, I was that for a solid few years, but I was I didn't have a lick of. I didn't have much use of the site, the Leica site, or anything like that. So I feel like I can safely distance myself from that.
Yes, your master didn't want you gaining too much independence, did he?
No. Damn bastard.
Well,
I did what I could with trying to reduce down the amount I used.
I know, Freck. It's fine. As you say, it's very difficult to fight against a culture that so liberally makes use of such evil gadgetry, and yet you tried. Even though your fellow teammates relied upon you to perform certain feats during your matches that you could only perform with the use of Lycosite. It's okay.
Yeah.
Now, I believe there was some request to petition Paylor for sunstones. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
It seems that that Tommy is the most poorly affected by this little venture. I would like to return you all to the material plane, but I will not leave you empty-handed. Are you ready to return?
Are we going to get those stones we've been looking for?
Have faith, Updown. I did say I would not leave you empty-handed.
Yes. We deeply thank you for your help.
I do what I can.
And you're sure you can help Tommy?
I can restore Tommy to full health and make up for the loss of his weapon. Now, when you're ready, close your eyes.
Frank does as instructed.
Anybody else?
Bandit does it just a bit of wariness.
Ugda will stand behind Bandit and absent-mindedly pet the top of his head.
I'm not a pet.
Sorry, it makes sorry, I'm nervous. It makes me feel better.
Play with a knife or something.
Obdal's not closing his eyes.
He will close it, but he's scared. He's got his tail between his legs.
Okay. I'm going to assume that Brom also closes his eyes. Oh, but it might be best that he's not available for this, because he has been known to argue with gods before.
Yeah.
Okay. So, when you open your eyes again, you're once again on the blasted stone of the what had been Misra. Not terribly far from the graveyard that you all met in.
Are we
Except
alive?
You are alive. I was about to bring that up. So yes, you're alive, and because of that, you find that the air is thick with soot and ash. Very difficult to breathe. Everything smells of ash and death. It's horrible. But each of you have in your hand it's not really an orb, more like a perfectly shaped stone. You know, that's just like it's round but flat enough for it to just fit perfectly in your hand when you hold it.
So it'd be really good to skim.
Yeah, it'd be great skimming stone, but it's shedding bright light. And Tommy, in addition to having a sunstone in his hand, in the other hand is holding a golden mace.
Pretty.
Yeah. Well, at least now we don't have to worry about Orcus anymore. For a while.
Oh, he might be very angry and vengeful, but yeah. The wand for the moment is gone.
Yeah.
And technically, so is Orcus himself has been banished, presumably back to the abyss.
Well. Oh god, now we've got to deal with. Now. Okay. What are we gonna do about food?
To be fair, that is a valid question. Though, should we not be trying to figure out how best to utilize these stones? Because
I
really
feel like
one-time use.
I feel like food and safety comes first.
At Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Stomach growls in agreement.
See? Already hungry. Especially if there were people like us, which I know there were, because the other Hollows, they'll be gunning for us.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Though Obto and I would probably have a better time due to the ability of flight.
Yes, but not all of us can fly.
We can carry you.
I have some sort of flight ability, but that's not what I'm on about.
Right.
We need safety that isn't reliant on two people carrying everyone.
We need. We need some kind of transportation device. Maybe something that can fly, or a metal. Something on wheels.
That would be. I don't think that would be the best idea. you'll see on his face, his very fair face, like just a look of acknowledgement of the massacre the massacre Bandit and Brom did to the group of people, like to the group of survivors just that were using a cart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Frank, like, yeah, last time we involved with the cart, it got sticky.
Okay, then we need some kind of flying vehicle.
Do we? Should we seek out that dragon?
Or what dragon? And okay.
You know how we heard about the Lycocytes being negative energy?
Yeah.
It came from the last surviving dragon.
Okay.
Well, the master. The last surviving master.
Okay, then we will find the Great Master.
Alright.
But out of character, we're in the city, or was it next to the city?
You're at the graveyard is south or of the city whose name I've forgotten.
Carphenia?
Yes, Carphenia, that's the one. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, you're in the Carphenian graveyard.
Okay, are there like undead around?
There will be.
Okay, I say we talk more about this in the safety of the city.
Yeah, can I look around to see? Can I fly up and see if I can't find anything that could provide solid safety?
I mean,
I suggested flying to the city.
okay, so you have visited Carphenia before. Do you remember what
Yep.
state it's in?
Yes. We do know there are hollows there.
Mm-hmm.
We do know that they were there. We saw that one was still. We saw that one person was still alive, but that was ages ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And well, we know. Okay, so out of the people we know are alive, we've got that gnome in the once flying city. We've got let's assume the guy who gave you what was it, the jackhammer?
Yeah, that weird hammer-looking thing.
Yes, that weird hammer. Let's assume he's alive. So that's one alive person. But
One alive person.
and that's not even for sure.
Because he might have been found and torn apart by now. And how do the hollows react to anybody with a pulse?
They've
Yeah.
try and tell you apart.
Though you bringing up where I got a hold of that hammer, I might know a place that can serve well as somewhere defensive.
On with it.
My original home. It was built with before the cataclysm. I did build it with a bunker.
Indeed.
I do remember you saying you built it with apocalypse in mind.
Yeah.
There's even then.
Maybe basically in response to basically seeing the oncoming disaster.
Okay, well, let's. How far is it from here?
It's a walk.
It's just a walk.
Okay.
Follow me.
Let's get going. Ubdao uses one of his wings to guide.
One of his what?
Tommy. Ubdao uses one of his
Oh,
wings to guide Tommy.
yeah. Tommy is probably still processing shit, but is walking along with you.
Yeah.
Okay. As you were walking along,
Oh, yeah.
I really think. Okay, is Spartan back?
I don't think so. We do need Spartan.
Yeah, we need Spartan. Okay, so because we've lost Spartan as well as Tommy, I think the best thing to do is put a pin in it here in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry for the shot.
Gave it a solid try.
Gave it a good go.
Yeah. Sorry for the short game, folks. I hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as we enjoyed playing anyway, even though it was like 2 hours shorter than it should have been. Sorry. Raven is sick, and I don't know what happened to Spartan at all. But, yeah. As I mentioned before, if you like this content, make sure you like and subscribe to get more of it. Please pardon my messy office. I really do need to find somebody who can manage me. But, yeah. You're welcome to join the Games and Geekery Discord server. It's a lot of fun in there. And if you're really awesome, you can help me pay for a cleaner by becoming an emotional support goblin on our... what's it called? Patreon server, Patreon website. You can also join one of the games in Patreon too. In the meantime, no matter what role you play,
have a good game.
Have a good game.
Have a good
Have a
good game.
Potato.